Welcome to another episode of Comics Experiment, the show right here on Comicstorian that we bring to you every Saturday, and I never say that sentence properly, but when it's not a special episode, we film it live every Thursday at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster, and you can get early access to it over at patreon.com/comicstorian. Today, we are going to be doing another round of Heroes Against Humanity with 3 awesome guests. Who are you guys? I was just sat here and you were there.
Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tim Geddes
from
Kinda Funny.
I'm Tim Geddes.
He's Nick Scarpino.
What?
I'm Tim Geddes.
I get
That's
confused.
Greg Miller.
Hey, how are you? We
opposite.
are Kinda Funny from kindafunny.com, youtube.com/kindafunny, youtube.com/kindafunnygames.
Tim's verified on Instagram.
I freaking hate you.
So, God! I'm going to give an example of how we play Heroes Against Humanity. But I do want to ask you guys a quick question. How much do you love the Speed Racer movie?
Oh, God.
Oh, Speed Racer, baby. Let's go.
How long
What
does
a
this show last for?
modern
Because
classic.
Speed Racer is a trash heap that was made.
It's amazing.
To
It's
basically.
amazing.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing.
You're on the right side of history with this.
The Wachowski
man.
brothers know exactly what they're doing with that
Exactly,
thing.
and they
Yeah.
did it. They nailed it.
It was a
they
genius.
had a goal, and they attained it. And
What
everything
was the
about that
goal,
movie-
do you suppose, behind this
to
movie?
actually make a live-action cartoon.
Right.
And
It's
to,
still a
to
cartoon.
do that. Yeah. It's like it wasn't trying to be realistic.
Definitely not.
You don't want to chime in on this, Greg?
Oh, I didn't watch it. I had
So good.
No, I had no connection to that material.
It's amazing, man.
It's a bad movie.
All right. So anyway, here's how the game works. You guys are all going to give me your superhero at the same time, which makes for a funny moment where everyone tries to sort out what they said. At the exact same time you name your superhero, I'm going to give you a power. You are then supposed to try and pitch me the storyline of your superhero getting the power. Okay?
Now, are we using superheroes, real superheroes, or am I
You can use
making
anything
this
you
up?
want.
Okay.
You can do video games, you can do movies. It has to be a recognizable icon, so you can't just make up your own character on the spot.
So it has to be like a pre-established.
Pre-established somewhere so
like
the audience knows what we're
Superman,
talking about.
Wonder Woman. these
Yeah,
kinds
and
of
you can go like
characters.
Incredibles or something crazy if you want
Okay,
like that.
I can't say Red Bull Man though.
Well, I mean,
Duffman.
Duffman.
Duffman is dope. Duffman.
To make it more
Can't
interesting,
breathe.
though, when it's not your turn, you are given one retcon.
Okay.
So as, let's say, Greg's going through his storyline, and let's say the example is Batman can fly, he gets to, like, Batman's parents have been shot, and then Batman goes over to this location to learn how to fly. You go, boom, retcon, Batman's parents are alive. Greg then has to try and adapt his pitch to involve this.
Gotcha.
You get one.
Do I
and
start from scratch, or can I start anywhere
You start
else?
from where you just were. So you have to
Gotcha.
pick up where you were, and like, so in the case in point of that, you'd be like, when he was going there, he discovered they survived.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There is one caveat though. If you retcon, until he gets to his retcon, you can't jump in. So like you
one
can't
retcon
overlap
per
each
round?
other. Well, no,
Got it.
you each get one, but you have to let
But
him
they saying that you
establish
can't
it.
Got
retcon
it.
his parents lived, and I'm like, well, all right. So the Joker, and then he would yell retcon, and like, no, I haven't
Right,
gotten
he
to how
has
the
to establish
I
the
didn't
retcon
even start.
before we can do another one.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay? Because we have had problems in the past where people just give them 20 retcons. We don't even know what we're doing anymore.
Are we talking about just the Marvel Universe in general?
yeah, basically.
It's okay, I'm on Sam. Don't
So-
worry. Okay, cool. Retcon.
I think you guys get it. I think I've explained the rules to you well enough. I think we can
Crush
just
it.
go with the first round.
Let's try it. Let's
Okay.
just jump in the deep end and see what happens.
I
wants
also
to go
need
jacuzziing with
I
me?
also need to warn you guys. The points are very arbitrary. You're pitching your story to me.
Of course.
So I'm just going to give Tim an automatic point because
hate
he's
you.
verified on Instagram.
It's true. I hate you so much. Someone out there must work at Instagram. Let's set it up one more time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
No, I'm
Greg
asking a
Miller,
question.
High-fiving?
No, I'm just
trending
asking a question.
gamer of the year 2015,
Can I-
verified on Twitter. I have more Instagram followers than Tim, and I use Instagram more than Tim.
Yes.
Somehow he is verified before me.
Can I
Quality
give one
content.
of my points to Tim also because he is verified?
You don't
on
have any
Instagram?
points yet,
You gotta
sir.
get him first. You gotta get him first. Yeah.
All right, when I get one, I'd like to put one toward Tim
Towards
because it's
Tim?
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, so
I like
are
this
we just
game.
ganging up against Greg? Is that what I'm
We
getting?
just
here?
had an alliance, by the way,
We got
that you
alliance.
screwed me over on.
Hey.
Okay.
Not very good at alliance.
That was part of the plan.
That was part of the plan.
So,
Grabbler.
just so you know,
Grabbler.
I normally go right to left, so you'll
Okay.
have time to think.
Sugar-free
About
jelly.
who I want to be.
Right. But then on the next round, it'll go the other way.
Okay.
So don't think like you'll always have all the free room here, okay?
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna count to 5, and I'm gonna give you guys a power, and I'll make this one an easy one, okay? And you gotta give me a superhero.
We say it at 5 too, though, right?
Huh? Yeah, at 5.
At 5, we all yell.
You all yell your superhero, and then I throw your power down.
Gotcha.
I'm so
Okay.
confused by this. Okay, keep going.
That's
I don't know if mine's gonna count, but we're going for
Okay.
it.
So you're
There
gonna
we
throw
go.
power out. No, I'm sorry.
And when I say 5, you just give me your superhero.
Okay, just
whoever it is.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
And then I'll give you the power.
Okay.
I normally say it after you because it's very confusing if we all talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Subtitles can't pick that up.
Sure.
Copy that. Okay.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Superboy.
That was my phone. Let me just turn
That was the
up.
perfect
That was
time for your phone to
perfect.
ring, though.
So what did you say there, Greg?
I said Superboy.
Okay, so the power is they have the ability to regenerate Deadpool style. So you all have that power. So
Okay,
now
sure.
you get a lot of time to think about it.
Okay, great.
Okay. So you have to pitch me your
Oh,
story.
I thought you were going to do a Superboy.
Superboy.
off.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Superboy.
Superboy can now heal like Deadpool.
Sure.
So what's the story?
Is there
How
not a
is he gonna
countdown?
get it?
Is there not? I feel like this is
No, you
like
go.
climactic.
Just go.
2, 1, go.
Welcome to the sunny shores of Hawaii, everyone. That's right, we're using Superboy, Kal-El, the clone of Superman, half the DNA of Superman, half the DNA of Lex Luthor. We are setting this right after Superman has returned from the dead. He has long hair. Superboy has moved to Hawaii. Of course, we're all familiar with Superboy's powers. Tactile, telekinesis, duh. Vulnerable to fire, that is a problem. One day, while out on the surf, he's out there, he's trying to impress his girlfriend, Tana, of course, Tana Moon.
Retcon.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a girlfriend.
perfect. He's out there in a surf competition trying to impress Roxy, of course. This is a big deal for him not having a girlfriend. Now he can, of course, try to impress the boss of his daughter.
I like this. This is hotter.
You're not supposed to help him.
What?
While he's out there, the one and only King Shark shows up, bites
Okay.
the board in half, and Superboy's like, whoa, I gotta stop this. On the shore, Double X is talking to him. We all remember Double X, right? From Cadmus.
I don't even know Double X.
He's Double X guy. He's the little gray guy with the horns and stuff.
Oh,
he hung
yeah.
out the Guardian.
Okay.
He moved to Hawaii with him back in this time.
So in your story,
no,
like,
this is real. This is
everyone-
all real.
I kind of
So
skipped
far,
out on
I
the
haven't-
Hawaii era.
Oh, you're missing out, man. That's what was Tanya Moon. Oh, you're missing out. There
it's
is
been
Double
pulled
X.
up.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you
They're
very
all
much.
hanging out in Hawaii now.
He's talking to Superboy out there like, hey, Superboy, hold on, King Shark, you're fighting King Shark or whatever. And he's like, I know, Double X, stay out of my head. And they're fighting, they're doing this, and he's using the thing. And then what happens is, of course, while
Classic
Double X
Greg
is giving this,
storytelling.
another telepath tries to communicate with Double X, sending mental feedback telepathy through the skies, hitting Superboy. Thank you very much.
Retcon.
Yeah.
It's not a telepath communicating with him. It's Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Sure. All right. While Superboy is brawling, there's no questions in the middle of the day.
Can I do Dr. Evil's dialogue, please?
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Great.
While brawling with King Shark, Double X is talking to him, telling him about his weaknesses, talking to Superboy about his weaknesses.
Right.
But in the middle of that, the one and only Dr. Evil, miles away in his big boy statue, him and Mr. Bigglesworth have been working on their own telepathy.
Okay.
Using a regeneration matrix they got from a chameleon. No, wait, that's not right.
We got it from a freaking chameleon.
An iguana is not a lizard.
We got it from
freaking
some
lizard.
sort of reptilian species.
Thank you very much. This telekinetic feedback gets into
You guys
Double
are a
X
lot
head.
more handsy than my normal contestants.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just,
you're
I'm
right.
just throwing that out
Keep
there.
it PG-13.
The LaCroix boys. That's what we do.
LaCroix boys.
That gets into Double X, which feeds back into Superboy. He gets and knocked down, right? He's down there, and at which point King Shark sees his opportunity, chomps on down on him, right?
Okay.
Of course, Superboy, near invulnerable, not this. It gets into his arm, shakes him around. Superboy's able to finally punch King Shark off, knock him out, but his arm is bleeding or whatever, and then it starts to heal. And they're like, why is it healing? And of course, it's because of Dr. Evil's misfire.
I misfired my rockets.
No, it's just your telepathy. The telepathy.
Was it
So your story is
sharks.
Dr. Evil misfired.
His telepathy. He was
Okay.
doing a telepathy experiment with Mr. Bigglesworth in the big boy statue orbiting around the Earth.
I'm just glad you guys already get the concept of this game, so we don't have any missteps. All right.
No,
Wait
yeah,
till you get to
totally,
me.
Totally.
Okay, you're
And
up.
so now,
Oh, it's
Oh,
it.
no, you
Oh,
you
got
got
it.
more?
You got
is that
it.
all?
got
I
to
just
his
needed to
power.
get him to having the power.
You got to his
My
power.
apologies.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the pitch of getting the power.
I got you.
This is an issue we had with the previous guest. So they're like, and here's my first arc. It's like,
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
no,
need
no,
that.
no,
We don't
no,
need that.
Benny, let me
Yes.
tell you a little story about a superhero named Ant-Man. Okay?
Ant-Man?
There's a lot Ant-Man.
Oh, sorry.
Aunt May.
Ant-Man is a superhero, but only in my fantasies.
Is it Marissa Tomei?
It is
Aunt May?
100% and also a little bit of Sam Raimi's Aunt May. I'll tell you what, Moo-Moos turn me on. They get it done. Whoa, nightgown. That nightgown's from 1940. It's when the war. They were the greatest generation. Airman
Uncle
can
Ben
get
was an
real
electrician.
big sometimes, and it's awesome. But he can also get real small sometimes, and it's great. Doesn't have the power to rejuvenate until one day he was in the jungle, right? Hanging out with his best friend. That's right. Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, right? And one Shia LaBeouf, right?
They're both there?
They're looking for some sort of crystal skull in the ocean or in the jungle.
Retcon, sir.
They're fighting the Russians.
Retcon.
What is your retcon?
It is not Indiana Jones and Shia LaBeouf. It is instead Lindsay Lohan 1 and Lindsay Lohan 2 from The Parent Trap.
Tell you what.
Yes!
They did play twins in that movie, didn't they? Oh my god! Wait, wasn't
Did
the Parent
they?
Trap? Wasn't the Parent
the
Trap
British
with? Wasn't that her and Jamie Lee?
No, that's Freaky
That's
Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Damn it, you're right. Anyway,
So, anyways,
he's hanging out with two of the sassiest redheads you've ever seen. Lindsay Lohan 1 and Lindsay Lohan 2. Okay, now for those of you out there who are underage, this is pre-Lindsay Lohan, pre-drug problem, I'm gonna go crazy a little bit. This was before I wanted to save Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay, if you're watching this, call me. I will save you. Okay.
This is
You come
Disney
over to my
Channel,
house.
Lindsay, right?
This is Lindsay's. This is before.
stop stalling. They're in the jungle fighting Nazis.
They're in the jungle fighting Nazis. They're fighting the Russians. They look over. Kate Blanchett killing it with a rapier, right? She's got one of the
Okay.
swords. They're fencing.
What is that from?
What's that?
What's that from?
This is from the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull movie, right? But
But you're
this
in
movie-
Parent Trap now.
We are in the Parent Trap. No, we're just
Well, you see two people from Parent Trap.
No. He didn't say I was in Parent Trap. He said they were hanging out with the Lindsay Lohans
Okay.
from Parent Trap,
All right.
which
It's
is weird.
Ant-Man, Lindsay Lohan, and Lindsay Lohan.
And I'll tell you this right now, would have made Crystal Skull better if both Lindsay Lohans were in that movie instead of Shia LaBeouf. Doesn't matter because they get to that scene, right? With
Okay.
the giant ant hill, right? The Russian gets eaten by the ants. Ant-Man goes, I'm immune to ants. I'm going to go into that and try to find the crystal skulls. Goes in there. The ants try to eat him, meld with him. Boom. He's got healing powers
From the ants?
from the ants.
You realize he's dealt with ants before. Why would he now be melding with ants?
Because they're giant safari ants from the Amazon.
Good points.
They're South American ants. He never dealt with South American in San Francisco. That's for sure. We don't have those ants up here. We don't allow their kind up here.
My
Do South
favorite
American
thing ever.
ants have healing
I
abilities?
don't think they do.
Kevin, can I get
That's my story. I'm sticking with it.
Science with Kev. Kevin, this is, of course, segment Science with Kev from our hit show, MCU in Review on youtube.com/kindoffunny, where you give the scientific facts. Do South American ants have healing
I need
properties?
a science guy in the show
They
regularly.
do not.
They do not.
They do not?
man.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Kevin, can I ask one more question?
What's up, Nick?
Is Dr. Evil a real character, a real person in real life?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I mean, he's
That's
a real
fictionalized character.
He's a real
That's a fictionalized
character. You
character.
asked if he's a real character.
What?
There's
He's a
also
real
None of what he
second
just said
Lindsay
happened
Lohan.
either.
Kevin,
You
can I
don't
ask
know
a
that.
question?
You don't know
The
that.
British one, she's out there somewhere.
that?
Can I just not pay you, but you just come to my studio and do science facts?
You can
Yeah,
have Kevin.
sure. Why not?
Okay,
Give
cool.
me a call every once in a while.
God, don't
All
ask
right,
that.
Tim, you've had all the time to think.
You pick
Yes.
Speed Racer,
I did. I picked Speed Racer.
who has to get Deadpool's rejuvenation ability,
at
as
some
Nick
point.
said.
Yeah. So here's the deal, okay?
I'm just going to let you know real quick right now.
Go for it.
So far, you're really working uphill here.
Yeah?
Like, Greg's got a solid story.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
Greg's
Okay.
great. Yeah.
And if he
Greg's
had an
great.
Instagram verification, I may have already given him.
hate you.
I already
like-
got a point, so I got, I'm doing
I'm
well
gonna
here.
check to see if I got it because I put in my 4th request today.
I'm looking out for my boy Speed Racer here. Now, here's the thing. We're going to go Digimon Tamers verse type storyline for Speed Racer. Now, for those unfamiliar, check this out. Digimon Adventure seasons 1 and 2, obviously.
Okay.
They're the classics. They're the seasons that everybody remembers. But Digimon Tamers, the 3rd season, actually the best season of Digimon. What does this have to do with Speed Racer?
Good question.
Let me tell you.
Retcon, it's
Digimon-
actually season 3 of Power Rangers.
No.
Yeah.
It's a retcon.
I would love
You nailed him. You nailed him.
I would love it if that was an ability. No, we are not
Well,
listening.
here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, about season 3 of Power Rangers. Depending on how you look at it, you're either talking about season 3 being the end of what we think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Right.
or season 3 being Power Rangers Turbo. If you're looking at it as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zeo, and then Power Rangers Turbo. Unlike Digimon Tamers, which is superior, Power Rangers Turbo inferior. for sure.
I feel like we're off on a tangent right now.
But
Need a
Power
whiteboard.
Rangers Turbo, there was a movie where they brought back the original Pink Ranger and the original Red Ranger to join forces with the Turbo Rangers. There was also a 14-year-old boy. Nobody liked him, but they drove these cars, right? Those cars, none of them as fast as Speed Racer.
Retcon. Is Pokemon and Digimon the same thing?
That's more of a question, less of a retcon.
I can use my retcon however I see it.
But what you could do is say, retcon, Pokemon and Digimon are the same thing.
Digimon's no longer in the story. Why would you even waste your retcon on this? You're
Here's the
supposed to
thing.
team up.
Here's the thing. We got Speed
Confused and
Racer
befuddled.
rolling next to Desert Thunder or whatever the Green Ranger's Zord was called. And he's just like, look, I hear that there's this new thing called Digimon, and it's out there. And I hear that season 3 is
Excellent.
underrated. Just like my movie, Speed Racer. Now here's the thing. This is the original thing about Digimon Tamers season 3. Digimon Tamers acted as if seasons 1 and 2 were a TV show that they watched, and then it became real. So that's my Speed Racer here. Speed Racer is aware that Speed Racer exists as a TV show and as an excellent
Hates it.
movie.
Hot,
All right.
okay.
Hates it.
One day though, as he's driving next to the Green Ranger in Power Rangers Turbo, on his way to go watch this
hanging out.
Pokemon Digimon combination, gets in a
on.
horrible
no.
crash.
Right,
Okay.
face burned
Doesn't get hurt that bad. But,
Okay, good,
but like
okay, good.
his
Burned
the
face
car
off.
got pretty jacked up, right?
Sure, yeah.
But he's his mom was like not the nicest woman. She's like, you know what? Maybe she was a little too nice, actually. Is what I
Oh,
should
no.
say.
Was this
She's like,
Susan
"You need to
Sarandon
take
stuff?
care
Because
of
I'm
yourself."
imagining a young Susan Sarandon from Boulder.
That's actually exactly
Fantastic.
what I was
She was
thinking.
hot.
And she's like, you need to take care of yourself. You need to rest. You need to lay down. As he's laying down, he pulls
She
out
reads
his
some
laptop
poetry.
and he opens up the Kind of Funny morning show, and he sees Nick
show.
talking a lot of trash about the Speed Racer movies.
God.
He gets
Yeah.
him really, really, really angry, and then he realizes that the only way that he can go back to his racing.
Wait, can I use
duties-
my retcon over?
No, you get
Yo,
one.
you used my retcon. He didn't actually incorporate mine.
All right, fine. I'll let it fly.
Fine, he
We're
watches-
very loosey goosey with the rules here.
Here's the retcon. He watches the Kind of Funny morning show, realizes Nick's making really good points about why Speed Racer is a bad movie, and agrees with him.
Flips the car.
Well, now he's laying in bed and he's realizing all the faults that he's had in his life. And I guess this is the point where I was, man, yeah, no, you really backed me into recording. You guys, you both really got me with
Checkmate!
this.
Checkmate!
So I'm gonna end.
I guess I gotta give the point because like your Lindsay Lohan story didn't make sense. So I'm gonna have to give it to Greg.
Yeah.
perfect
Thank you,
sense.
Kevin.
Both retcons got me so far off track. I'm like, I can't
hard.
get back.
That's the point
It's
of the
hard.
retcons,
Yeah,
though.
okay.
That's
And
what
now
you
you're
don't
gonna vibe
understand.
for the game, right?
Now I get it. Okay. Round 2. Let's go.
Round 2.
That's what
All
you
right, so
don't
we got 1
understand.
point. 1 point to Tim. 1 point to Greg. I got a feeling Nick's not gonna get any, but we'll see.
Come back from behind many times. Somebody
Yes,
bring
2
me my
points
bell.
now? All right, so
All right.
I need superheroes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tim
Dominic
Drake
Toretto.
Robin.
I always love trying to hear what everyone said. Your power is that you are now Optimus Prime. You can transform. You're first.
Sweet.
I am first, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic Toretto of Fast and Furious fame.
My pause was me rethinking the power when you said Dominic Toretto.
We finally got to the point. We've seen him do pretty much everything. They fought submarines.
Sure.
They fought like helicopter things. They've jumped out of helicopters in cars. They've done
they
it
do.
all.
Yeah.
We all know that eventually
They're basically superheroes without being superheroes at this point.
they need to go to space at some point. But before they go to space, ladies and gentlemen, it is Fast 10 Furious. It's the 10th Fast and Furious movie. Fast 10 Furious : Tokyo Drift 2. Now they go
like
there.
that. I like
they're
that.
in
I like
Tokyo.
that. I like
that a lot.
It's great.
Greatest
Everyone's having
Fast
a
and
great
Furious
time
ever,
over
by the
there.
way. Tokyo
And
Drift.
Thank you.
Best
Thank
one.
you. And they're there, and the Ghost of Han is there, and like somehow they're like, we've got this message from Han. But like, is he alive? How could he possibly be alive?
Ghost of Han.
And then you see it's a holocron from Cybertron.
Cybertron, yeah.
Guess what?
Great film.
It is. Let's go with Vector Prime. All right, he's
Okay.
there, and he's all like Dominic Toretto.
Say it in the voice though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the dog voice?
Dog
Toretto, best cars, drive car. I killed guy with wrench.
Eventually, they're like, look, the Michael Bay movies were super bad. We tried to do it
it's
with
another
Bumblebee.
fourth wall breaking movie we're in.
I'm sensing a theme with you.
Exactly. And then eventually they're like, but we've instilled with you the transformation cog necessary to actually be Optimus Prime of legend. And Dominic Toretto is like, exactly. So he took it on.
How
and
does
all of a
phone
sudden,
work?
He transformed into a truck.
Retcon, he can only turn into a hospital bed.
But still useful.
The thing is
Still
still
useful.
useful. There's a lot of damage,
You
a
ever
lot of
seen
car
how
accidents.
good
in
a
Fast
I'm
and
on
Furious.
Tim's side.
Charles Rodriguez,
Yeah.
You can't retcon what the power is, though, can you?
That's what a
retcon
retcon is.
anything.
He can turn into Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to convince you of like making your thing make sense, it's impossible.
Retcon, he can only turn into a bedpan.
I'll go to the judge.
You have to sell me on the story that he can
I
now turn
assume
into
that-
a hospital bedpan.
Okay,
So-
cool. Got
And you have to make me want this story. That's the
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
They are really working against you.
Helen Mirren.
You don't have friends in this office, do you?
Shit. He
Helen
brought
Mirren
Helen Mirren
is
into
the
it.
mother in Fast and Furious, the mother of the Shaw brothers, right?
Okay.
Owen Shaw and Luke Evans. I don't remember the other guy's name. All right.
Okay.
And we didn't see this yet, but in Fast 9, things don't really go her way. All right. She didn't get invited to the barbecue at the end.
Nobody does.
She was really upset about it. As she was like, you know what? I didn't get barbecue. I'm going to go get some Korean barbecue down the street. As she's walking down the stairs, she falls.
Okay.
Ends up in a coma. And luckily, Dominic Toretto had to be there on the inside, transforms into a bedpan to get the inside story on the Shaw family. And one day, he just sits waiting patiently for that sweet, sweet urine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I get
That's
it.
my-
It's a very visual thing. I get it, yeah.
What an ass.
So what do you got for me, Nick?
I picked Batman because I don't have an imagination, but I'm going to tell you a little story right now about Batman, Bruce Wayne, rich as hell, bored, right? He has
Okay.
banged all the ballerinas from here to Russia. He's solved all the crimes, and he's made all of the mechs. That's right, mechs. He's got the dinosaur and the big coin and all that stuff. And you know what he thinks next? I don't want to have a Batwing anymore. I want to be a Batwing. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
I don't want to dress up as the Batman. I want a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger into the Batman.
Do you know
Why
who
not a Wonder
Optimus
Woman
Prime
spin?
is?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Oh, I'm
It's
getting
not
there.
just a transformer.
Okay. It's a key piece of
Okay, so
information
they
that I'm
were-
going to now incorporate into my story. Good call. Now, let me explain to you. One day he's watching the TV, right? Just like Batman did a lot in Batman Returns. I don't know why he's watching the TV so much in that. Well, doesn't he have an empire to run? Why is Alfred always turning the TV on? Is it because he wants him to slow down a little bit, maybe have a real life? We learn that
probably.
later in the Nolan trilogy.
Okay.
But let's just not even talk about the Schumacher films. Let's not talk about the Schumacher films. He's looking outside, right? Sees the bat symbol, says, you know what would make me even faster to get there?
Retcon. He sees Shia LaBeouf.
He sees Shia LaBeouf with that dumb-ass pompadour that he had, that's right, Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull, right? And he goes, how did you get here?
Transformers reference, but
Yeah, he's actually in those movies.
And he's like, how did you get here? And he said, well, it was crazy. I was in these movies, and then I got zapped over to your universe because some asshole with glasses decided to put Lindsay Lohan 1 and 2 into the other fantasy that Nick had that was going to include me, that when I was naked in that weird Lars von Trier movie. Doesn't matter.
Retcon.
Yeah.
As he says. As he says, Lindsay Lohan 1 and 2. They both crawl out of his mouth.
Lindsay Lohan 1 and 2 crawl out of his mouth, leaving a giant gaping hole like if you were to split a fish down the center. Okay? It's very much like John Carpenter's The Thing. It's creepy as hell, and all sorts of stuff happens. But since they're wet, they're still hot looking. It doesn't matter. Batman goes, I am terrified of this. I'm going to use all my scientific know-how, lock myself in the Batcave, and turn myself into a truck.
And there you go. We got there in the end, everybody.
And that's it. That's where it is. And then he goes like this. Yeah, I can't figure out how to make the noise. So he gets a 1985 boombox and then presses a button and he goes, go, 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 go. And he's like, this is the best I could do. And Alfred looks at him and no shit, if I'm lying, I'm dying, goes, we got to get you help. Okay? You have had a psychotic break. You are not a truck. And he goes, Alfred, ask me if I'm a truck.
Are you a truck?
No. And that's the end of that story, ladies and gentlemen. That's how Alfred saved the day.
Oh, wow. Man, we went on a ride.
Yeah.
Shh. Do you hear them? They're still upstairs scampering around. It's the Lohan twins. They're so wet. So impossibly wet with Shia LaBeouf's blood.
You guys are a laugh riot. So, bedpan. Lindsay Lohan's and Crazy Batman. What are you going to follow up with, Greg?
Tim Drake Robin is what I screamed out. Just to
Okay.
put you- So it's Robin, all right?
Feel free to work him into my flawless story.
I'll try to, but it's just struggles. All right. So what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is Olympus has fallen. The Watchtower
Great
destroyed.
movie.
Thank you very much.
Actually, great 2 movies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Watchtower
Actually, those
destroyed. Why am I
movies
thanking
were
you for this?
absolutely
Shut up. The Watchtower is destroyed. All of Earth's mightiest heroes from the DC universe have been captured. It is in fact Brainiac. What we've been waiting for forever has come to be. Yes.
They've been captured by both Lindsay Lohan twins from my story.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, go for it.
Gotta keep it in
What
canon.
we've always feared has come to be, ladies and gentlemen. Brainiac has come to Earth and has taken the form of the 2 Lindsay Lohans.
Natural.
From Parent Trap, you remember them, very small, and they have the 3 red dots on their head indicating
yeah,
they are.
I remember that.
They are
It's a
indeed.
little known fact
no,
about
this is
that
where
movie.
this is the Brainiac takeover.
Oh, okay.
So Brainiac's
All
taking
right.
over those. That's the form he's taking. He's imprisoned all of the world's heroes. They're all on sleep pods on a ship or whatever. He's slowly archiving all of our
I'd like
information.
to challenge this because I didn't say that Brainiac was turning into Lohan twins. I said the Lohan twins have
From
done
his
this
canon.
thing from my canon.
From his canon. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm fine. I'll roll with your stupid thing.
Come on, brother.
Can I get to it eventually, or do I have to put it in right away? What are the rules on this?
You can get to it eventually.
Cool.
You have to put it in eventually.
Yeah.
But he
give
can't
me
retcon
time.
until you do it.
It's not going to take. If you literally just give me a second, it won't take that long.
for
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you got a moment to do it. Don't worry.
Olympus is fallen, Watchtower is down, Brainiac has come to the Earth. He's slowly gathering all of our information, right?
Yeah.
Beep, bop, beep, bop, bop. He's transcoding it. He's got heroes locked up. While he's doing that, of course, Tim Drake Robin, one of the craftiest in the DC universe, has figured out a way to get out of his chamber with his little R, and he picks the lock with his little R, gets out, he's out there,
it's
right?
a lockpick, yeah.
Right. While transferring the information in another room, now we're cutting back and forth. You're getting different panels here. Brainiac does, of course, download the movie The Parent Trap, starring Lindsay Lohan and Lindsay Lohan. And when he does it, it does one of those like air, and his like eyes go like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from his mouth, 2 Lindsay Lohans come out, and they, as they do this, break his metallic jaw, split him in half like a fish being gutted,
Nice.
and they come out covered in that battery acid, but it looks red, and they are
Sexy, though.
impossibly
But it's
wet with
sexy.
blood.
They're so wet.
I don't know if you've watched The Parent Trap. They are 7 years old in it.
Now she is a broken 34-year-old.
No, not anymore.
Okay.
So now again,
They are 7
these
years
3
old.
have come out, but they've gone through Brainiac's entire process, so they're there to carry out his
I like
mission.
to think of my Lindsay
They have-
Lohan from Herbie Fully Loaded.
They have the Brainiac things on their head.
what
They're
you were
doing their
thinking?
Just a
thing.
tot teen from Mean Girls. No? All right.
Tim Drake Robin has escaped.
Does
He's
he
trying
understand what PG-13 means?
No.
Again, I'm pretty sure Mean Girls and Herbie Fully Loaded are both PG-13.
You
Boom.
opened up a portal that I don't even want to name when you brought him on, all right, sir? So that's out. Tim Drake can't wake up the other superheroes.
Yep.
He's realized that. So he's going through Brainiac's ship, doing it. He eventually busts in and finds all the bottled cities running around,
Okay.
right? And there's one that keeps flashing at him. And as he comes up onto it, what he sees is this crappy, little, very tiny robot in there named Bumblebee. And this is the bottled city of Cybertron. It's
Okay.
all that remains, right? And so through hook or crook, through his transmitter or whatever, Bumblebee's able to get a message out to Tim Drake explaining what's going on and that he's the only one, they're the only world that can save it. So Tim smashes it on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Killing Bumblebee. Bumblebee sacrifices himself. But by doing this, allows little robot nano machines out there or whatever to get out. Tim's able to pick it up, put it into his utility belt,
pardon?
right?
Okay.
Which then jump, gives him the
Jump, jump,
Optimus
jump.
Prime armor or whatever, allowing him to transform into a truck, which he'll never use because it's a meaningless thing. And now he is Optimus Prime in the armor, and he's got to go fight the Brainiac Lindsay Lohans. Yes.
Does he play the song, though, on the radio? You got the touch.
You got the power.
You got the power.
What we do, if I can answer this question from
Oh,
the
yeah.
audience, right? What happens is, as he goes to smash the bottled city of Cybertron, slow-mo fall, and we get that song,
Dum,
but
dum,
it's acoustic.
Yeah,
It's acoustic
oh.
guitar. You got the touch. And it's like tumbles, and we get all these awesome flashbacks of the
Yes.
robots just being robots and having sex with each other.
Man, they're just careening into each other.
Just being robots.
Every
Just
time
on that
someone mentions
highway of
robots having
sexual
sex, I always
tension.
picture Nier in that one scene with all the robots just having sex.
And that's what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, on Cybertron.
Did you use your retcon during that?
didn't.
Where are
didn't.
you
It
at
was too good.
today?
I'm done. I did it.
Yeah, he's
The
done.
end.
So,
Retcon.
okay.
I used Tim's
But
retcon.
I mean, like,
Do it over.
there was no record because he didn't become Optimus Prime. He just looked
He just
like him.
did. I
He
just
did.
told
That's how
you.
you read the
Into the
story.
utility
Looked
belt.
like
Womp, womp,
him.
womp, womp. And he had the armor, and he could still transport in the truck.
Yeah, he's
That's just look. Okay, great. He looked. He's not Optimus Prime. Is he voiced by Peter Cullen?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now when he talks to the thing, it is.
Retcon,
I
not
got
voiced
it.
by Peter Cullen.
Fine, it's
Therefore,
Dave Fennoy.
It's not Optimus Prime.
I've got it on eBay. What a bad movie.
All right,
Freaking laser
Tim,
sharks.
I feel like you got completely screwed over in this one.
did.
So I want to give you a pity point.
Thank you.
But I'm not going
That's
to
my life.
because yours legit could be a crossover of Tim Drake into Optimus Prime. Yours is a lost cause.
What are you talking about?
Where am I?
I guarantee the comments in this video will reflect that my stories so far have been the most entertaining
I'll agree
and the
with
sexiest.
that. 7-year-olds.
Possibly wet.
All right. We got 2 more rounds. Okay, 2 more
All right,
rounds.
I love it.
Oh
we're-
man,
Ready?
I thought there was just 2 total.
No, normally we do 3, but I have a really good last one I want to do, so we're gonna do 2 more.
Cool.
Okay.
It's your show, man. Do what you
Yeah,
gotta do.
exactly. So the first one for this is gonna be Nick,
Okay.
and then we'll
Oh.
go Greg, and then we'll go Tim.
All right.
Okay.
Don't drop the ball, Tim.
So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wonder
Miss
Woman.
Marvel.
West.
And yeah, they guys say the power.
What's the
Duh.
power?
It's the ability to split your mouth open and spawn 2 Lindsay Lohans who are possibly
Perfect.
wet.
Love it.
Tell you what. Let me tell you a little story about
But here's
one.
the wait, hold on. Here's the deal. Those Lindsay Lohans are 20-something drug addicts.
Boy, they're hot. That was the hottest for Lindsay Lohan. Man, when she's
I'm just correcting it before we go down a very.
I appreciate it. I appreciate setting it out.
nobody. First off, nobody here at the table when I said they're impossibly hot fought 7-year-olds except for over
Because
there.
it was very clear what
So
movie they were
what's-
You
from.
kept saying Parent Trap.
I haven't seen The Parent Trap, so I just assumed it was
They
circa
were the parents?
2014. Okay,
They were the parents.
and they might have been the parents. My
That's the
hero,
trap.
my hero is Carol
Oh,
Danvers.
but your hero gets to live afterwards. Like,
That's fair.
like the mouth
Carol
splits,
who?
they walk out, and then the mouth closes.
Miss Marvel.
Like a Rick and Morty kind of thing.
Oh,
Carol Danvers.
I'm sorry. It wasn't. Okay. Yeah.
But it's funny because it's funny that you say that, Greg, because all of her friends always used to make fun of her because you go, I'm Carol Danvers. That's what they always say to her. She would always walk over and she go, I'm Carol Danvers. And she got
Wait,
so...
this is how Carol Danvers talks.
This is how it talks. This is how she talks. It's
it
annoying.
talks.
It talks. It's annoying, right?
Yeah, sure.
Falls in
Totally.
love with this dude from either the Kree or the Skrill Empire. Doesn't matter.
Skrull?
Skrull? Kree and
The
Skrull.
Skrillex Empire coming in.
Skrillex comes down.
Retcon. It
Go
is.
for it.
It is in fact Skrillex.
Skrillex comes down and he was like, look, I'm gonna hit you with some truth right now. Carol Danvers. Right? I'm from a faraway planet where Star-Lord's dad was from, and I have all sorts of superpowers, but they're lame. But the one dope superpower I have is we can make out. I guess that's the PG-13 way of saying banging. And I'm gonna give you this superpower. She goes, okay, that's cool, Jude Law. You look pretty dope, even though your hair's kind of going, and we all know that, and you're old AF. It doesn't matter. They do the deed, as they say. 9 months later, okay, nobody told her that the baby was gonna be born. The twins, by the way, are gonna be born right out of her mouth. Okay, split her in half like a piranha fish that you stabbed on the Amazon Nile.
She could survive. Why do you have to split her?
Split her in half like a G-darn piranha. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yeah.
They spill out onto the floor like that weird android from Blade Runner 2049, right? But they're not perfect, but they are Lindsay Lohan, circa 24. 24 years old.
Retcon.
Smoking cigarette.
Retcon. Have you ever seen the cartoon Cat Dog?
No.
These 2 Lindsay Lohans are connected at their waists. Not conjoined twins or anything like that. They are just.
What's a butt?
They are cat dogging it. They are cat dogging it.
Crazy, right? Cat dog Lohan comes out, right? Right. Luckily, Carol Danvers also has the healing power from round 1.
Oh.
She heals back up because that's what the Skrillex.
Did Dr.
the
Evil
power
have
of
anything to do
Skrillex
with
is.
it?
Dr. Evil just hanging out, slow jerking it in the corner. Okay. Thinks this whole thing is amazing. Okay. You can bleep that one out because I'm pretty sure I'm losing this round anyway. It doesn't matter. Carol Danvers looks at Cat Dog Lohan and says, "You are ugly as sin, but I love you anyway because you're my babies." And that is it.
That was a journey.
Yeah, that's a hell of a topper.
That was a journey, yeah. Okay. So I said Wonder Woman. And the superpower is the ability to birth 2 Lindsay Lohans from your mouth.
Yeah.
Correct? All right, just
For the
making sure.
record, because you didn't ask, there is no limit to how many times you can birth the Lohans.
Oh.
Just they have to come out as twins.
Interesting. Okay.
You're up.
Yeah, well, I like the pomp and circumstance though of a countdown.
3, 2.
Thank you. What this is, ladies and gentlemen,
I gave you the Wayne's World.
end-all, be-all sci-fi adventure of the DC universe. It's a crossover, but we won't get to the title of it till the very end, all right? What it is, though, is Wonder Woman over there on the Isle of Themyscira, hanging out the Amazons, doing the exercises. You know, they're practicing with their bow staffs and whatnot.
Slow down. Okay. We got plenty of time. Would you describe these exercises a little bit more?
While this is happening, right?
It is, baby.
They're doing their fucking bow staff maneuvers and swords.
Retcon.
Yeah.
They're not exercising. They've given up. They're just going and just eating whatever they want. No more exercising at all.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't get far enough away from Nick's stuff for that to not be very crass.
Exactly.
But I think I understand. They're not, the Amazons are no longer trying.
No longer trying.
They aren't working out.
Nope.
Everybody's just chilling out and getting fat, is what you're saying.
They're all really fat.
Thank you for clarifying, because
they're big
I was
people.
going to clarify that.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're right.
I would
that
argue,
was
of course.
weirdly close together.
Right. I would argue, of course, they're like, they got the blood of the gods in them, so I don't know if the working out is needed, but we've said it, they're getting fat. Everybody's getting
So
fat.
you got a bunch of fat Amazons.
Retcon.
Yeah.
They're back to working out and smoking hot.
So they're on the island doing that.
Retcon. They're also really sweaty.
You're out of retcons, Nick.
I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
I'll allow the sweatiness.
The sun is beating down on them, Nick.
damn it is.
And they are using bow staffs and bow flexes and swords.
Yeah, but
People are swinging.
High masters.
And there's like, it's too damn hot for all these clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're like,
no
they're,
deal.
And I was kind of worried maybe you guys wouldn't get the vibe of the
Yeah.
game.
they're
We're
like,
good.
it's too dang hot for all these clothes, right? So they all start going and like going to their bustiers. But as they do this, fire streaks across the sky, right? It looks like a meteor shower of some kind. And like, there's a bunch of little things and they're all slamming into the Themyscira and they're like, Amazons to your post. And like, oh, sorry. They can't take off their clothes. Sorry, Nick. And they run off and they all like, they're into battle formations. You know what I mean? They're trying to figure out. And one giant thing crashes. And they go over there and they, you know, Wonder Woman tears off the thing, the door, and she in there. There's everybody's dead in there, and there's one robot spilling like white blood, not blood, but like white milk out of its neck or whatever, right? And it's got a message on there of like, you know, SOS, help needed, more people, whatever kind of thing at these coordinates. So like we gotta go check this out. Wonder Woman, you gotta go check this out, right? So she gets in the Amazonian space plane or whatever, shakes off in the far reaches of the galaxy, finds this untethered mining vessel just spinning around, gets in there through the airlocks, whatever, right? Finds a whole bunch of other dead people, all sorts of crazy things or whatever. And like it's clearly there's been a fight, nobody knows what's going on. She's investigating, trying to figure it out or whatever. And then she walks in this room, it's all dark, and then she opens the door like this one like little path of light goes through, right? And in there is this egg, top peeled back, four corners empty. She's like, what is that? And then she hears a noise, turns around, blackness. It's a face hugger.
Oh yeah, no, I
Face
got
hugger's
that.
got her, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You understand what's going on.
I like the story so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She wakes up, face hugger's gone. She's like, I don't understand what's happening.
Right.
She looks around.
Face hugger's over in the corner smoking a cigarette.
She looks around. Everybody else dead. She's like, I don't understand what's going on. And then, of course, she's like, oh, I don't feel right. You know what I mean? And you see, like, her stomach, like, something's trying to punch through her stomach. Exactly.
Just this one.
But she's Wonder Woman. So, like, that can't happen.
can't
So
get
then you
out.
see the thing go up, the bulge up, and then boom, 2 Lindsay Lohans pop out.
Wow.
I like how you made it work.
Wonder Woman versus aliens.
All right.
Dude, that was
I like it. I like
That
it a
was
lot.
good. I'll give him my point for that.
Thank you.
I think you were going to give me a point, but I'll give
I'm
him
going to take
point for
away
that.
a point.
From
you.
me?
Yeah, you're
go
a
for it.
negative one.
Negative
Take it.
one.
We have to take it from Tim then.
No, well,
Because
Tim's
he
got
has a
one, he's
point.
got 2.
We'll take Tim's and give it to me and then give it to him.
But you're a negative one.
Why
Got it.
So now you're back to 0.
involved?
Yeah.
So now you both are at 0 and I'm at 2.
Okay, Tim, I'm just going to say before we get into this, good luck, buddy.
Here's the thing. You say that, it's actually quite easy.
Who do you
Kanye,
have?
I said Kanye West.
Oh, my apologies.
Now, that's the thing is a lot of people are like, Kanye West, not a superhero, don't be dumb. That's the thing, he is, and that's why this origin story.
Would you call him
becomes
MAGA man?
Super
Thank you, I was
easy.
gonna say.
No,
Come
on, son.
Everyone's
Come
like,
on, son.
Make America great
how
again, Tim.
possibly,
You're a monster.
How possibly could
you
the
support
man that
that
gave us
monster?
College Dropout, the man that gave us Late Registration, the man that gave us Graduation, among countless other albums of varying quality, how could this man be this guy that we're seeing in 2018?
Clone.
Well, here's the thing.
Passcode
Not so much
0000.
clone. He just hasn't been himself since about the time that him and Michael Myers
Oh, I think you were going to say he dated the Lohan twins. That would screw anyone up.
had their little issue. But here's the thing, and this is a true story. Lindsay Lohan has been referenced on every single Kanye album since Graduation.
Is this
Has
true?
she?
True
She's
story.
beautiful.
True story. Her name gets brought
Well,
up
this
a
was
lot.
really
Give
was
me,
the
give
perfect.
me one of the
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah.
Give me one of the lyrics. Prove it.
And
I'm going crazy like Lohan.
looking for that white girl, Lindsay Lohan.
You just made that up. I
No,
can do
that's,
that too.
did not-
I like Mr. Coffee. I don't eat toffee. That's
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is back with the George Bush doesn't care about white people thing. When that
Black people.
happened, Lindsay Lohan was like, or it was black people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're misunderstanding, I think,
it wasn't white people. But Lindsay
fair, I don't
Lohan
think
was
he cares
just
about
like
anyone.
that was around the time when she started going crazy, right?
God, yeah.
And everyone was wondering, why is she going crazy? Like, why is Kanye being so political in this way? And then all of a sudden we realized that she was actually in on this the entire time with Kanye. Where she was like, she was feeding him misinformation. Like she was like, just like really being nice to him. And he's like, I'm going to reference you in a lot of songs. And she's like, that's not enough, Kanye. I want to be featured on your albums. And he was like, I'm not going to do that. See, this is where this starts to not be facts. This is not true information,
Okay.
right?
Record.
This-
Lindsay Lohan can't speak.
Nice. Nice one.
She, Lindsay
Bury
Lohan,
him. Sweep the leg.
Lindsay Lohan was able to communicate with Kanye West because Kanye West was never actually listening to her anyways.
Internet.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think about
with,
that.
With the power of text messages.
The power of phones.
She was texting her boy Kanye. And then eventually she infiltrated via the bedroom. Okay, Nick?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean,
Got
you know what?
into his head.
I was
Quite
not into
literally.
this story beforehand, but you got my,
Then you did.
you
Then
got my
did.
attention.
But here's the thing, and this isn't going to happen for
Lindsay
another couple years.
retcon. I'm sorry. Lindsay Lohan actually infiltrated through the bathroom.
Ah, okay.
Hey, I mean, it's funny you say that because there is another Kanye line where he references having sex with Lindsay Lohan in a bathroom, as featured on the
The White
Kevin, I'm
Album.
gonna need some fact
Beatles
checks.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
Dark Twisted Fantasy album. Okay, in the song "Devil in a Black Dress."
Do you really know Kanye West's
I
music?
know
this
Kanye
well?
West
Yeah, he
pretty
does.
well.
It's-
He met
I
him
know Kanye
outside of
West pretty
Quiznos
well.
or something once.
It was
They
a
took a picture.
Jamba Juice.
My apologies.
It was a
It,
Jamba
it
Juice.
looks like Kanye didn't know the picture was being taken.
So, no, he's standing there like, it's true. It's true. But here's the thing. 2020, everyone's like, oh, is Kanye going to run for president? The whole thing was he was going to, and it was planned
that
with
the picture of
Lindsay.
you?
That's not me. That's Lindsay Lohan. Okay. And
Really? That's what she looks like
special.
now?
You're
Lindsay
special,
Lohan,
Lindsay.
what I'm saying is Lindsay Lohan infiltrated Kanye right after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He got really weird. His music got really weird, and it's not his fault. It's Lindsay's fault.
Okay.
Not one
Oh,
Lindsay,
Lindsay
but two
is
Lindsays.
Kanye.
And then
That
in
came from his
2020,
mouth.
what's going to happen is Kanye's going to run for president, and Lindsay Lohan's going to be really upset about it on the inside. She's
Okay.
eventually going to bust out from his mouth, both of them, and going to run for president in 2020 with Lindsay Lohan 1 as president, Lindsay Lohan 2 as co-president.
Co-vice president.
Co-president.
Sure.
No vice president.
Okay.
And they're going to beat Trump.
Of course. All right. He has way too much factual data in his
Damn.
bag. I'm sorry.
It was
Bring up the
impressive.
facts.
It was impressive.
Bring up the facts.
I appreciated when I was like, Kevin, can we get a lyric check? And Kevin just brought up a photo of Kanye and Lindsay Lohan. That proves everything. That proves
and
everything.
See, this is what I'm telling you.
The
Lindsay Lohan
Baltimore
may
Sun.
run for
I
president
would have voted
2020.
for Lindsay Lohan. But anyway.
Celebrities who put themselves forward.
So anyway, we are
Carol Danvers.
we are currently at
Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
2 with Tim,
Yeah.
-1 with Nick,
Right.
Fair
and
point.
2 with Greg.
Right.
Which
Great.
means we're on the winner take all. Okay, so one
Unless Nick
final
wins.
round.
In which case, you both still tie. I'm going to try real hard.
If Nick wins, he gets to give a point to whoever he wants to.
Okay,
to
if
break the
Nick
tie.
wins,
love
Nick will
that.
win the
I love
pick of the
that.
winner. But I don't know. Nick's not doing so hot right now.
He's been waiting for this
That
moment
is a
to
matter of
stop
opinion.
being
Let's-
pervy and start being swervy.
Let's take it to the comments.
We'll see what
'cause
happens
this
in the
is not
comments
live.
right now. LOLs. Nick is the best. Where has Nick been my whole life? Googling Lindsay Lohan right now.
If you want more Nick, go to Kinda Funny. But anyway,
Don't.
yeah. So 5, 4,
Oh,
3,
Jesus.
2, 1.
Spider-Gwen.
Iron Man.
You have the ability to get somebody Instagram verified.
Who'd you say?
Spider-Man.
You go first, Tim.
I have the ability to
Because you are already Instagram verified, so this should be easy.
Everything.
The year is 2018. The month is December. The day, the 21st of December. All right? Movies are coming out, including Into the Spider-Verse, teaching mainstream moviegoers about the multiverse. All right?
Retcon. It's actually the 50th anniversary of Into the Spider-Verse. It is December 21st, 2068.
2068. Everybody is extremely excited.
Impressive you did that math that quick.
It was a struggle. It was a very big
The
struggle.
wheels turning on
They're
that one.
about 10 days away from 2069.
Retcon. It's the 300th anniversary of whatever you just said because I wasn't paying attention in the year. It's 2727.
The year is 27. 300 years in the future of 50 years from now?
2027.
2027. And here's the thing. This movie, a huge hit, teaches people about the multiverse of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
So wait, they
Eventually-
delayed it till then?
No, it came out, but it was a hit. People enjoyed it.
Oh,
right?
so we've remembered it forever.
we are now, if we are...
Is it 2727 or 2027?
What?
There have been 50 different Into the Spider-Verse movies of varying degrees, like a whole Spider-Man
Sure.
cinematic universe, all right?
Uh-huh.
Some of them are good, some of
I
them
like
are the
this.
Raimi trilogy.
Well.
Then, eventually, they finally, after 27 movies, introduce shirtless Spider-Man into the world. And they're like, I hear that Greg Miller is the photographer of one shirtless Spider-Man. All right?
Is Greg still alive at this point in
He's
time?
been
He's
cryogenically
not.
frozen.
No. Greg died many
Have you seen
many
Demolition
years ago.
Man? He's the only person that can come back and understand how Instagram works. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm helping you out with the story.
Greg Miller, dead for centuries.
Greg
sorry,
Miller
buddy.
Is it
just fought out of the ice.
2027 or 2727?
It's 50 plus 300.
Whatever
Yeah,
that
but
means.
then he said another date that didn't line up with that math at all.
Didn't feel like doing
It doesn't
math.
matter.
Didn't
It
care.
doesn't matter because the main Spider-Man in that timeline, which at that point is an amalgamation of every race,
Sure.
creed,
Oh, wow, okay.
everything.
Yeah. Are we just blue
it's
people?
Sexiest.
We're all just blue.
We're Avatar.
Dabba-dee, dabba-da. This blue Spider-Man, right? He's just there and he's just like, yo, I got some homies that work at Instagram. Getting verified, not that difficult. It sucks because Greg Miller really wanted to be verified for a long time. It's a cool thing that his friend Tim has been verified
Yeah, it's awesome.
forever at this point.
I'm so jealous.
But you know
You're
what?
using friend
now,
pretty
that,
loosely.
now that Greg Miller's dead, he still has an Instagram page because social never dies. So let's verify it. The end.
I like that it was about me at the end.
You eventually get
That
verified.
was really great.
All right.
Thank you.
That was really
Greg,
great.
what do you got for me?
I said Spider-Gwen.
Oh, so we're just a spider thing going on.
I didn't. I mean, how do I know? You said we just yell
I
out
know.
things.
That's the
I
point
can
of you
stop
yelling
you.
it, so you guys can't play off each other.
All right, fine.
So Spider-Gwen. She's also being renamed to Ghost Spider.
I know, but I'm not going to use that here.
Okay. I completely agree.
Thank you. Thank you.
You may go.
Three?
One. Oh,
No,
I want to do it. I want to do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Spider-Gwen, and it's before any of the universes of the Spider-Verse all that collide. We're in Spider-Gwen's universe. That's still how it is? She's still over in her own thing?
As far as I know, she is.
All right,
Drumming.
cool. Yeah, she's drumming. The Mary Janes and her are on tour and everything else. As you know, Kingpin, a big problem in the city. Matt Murdock, his right-hand man, walking around causing trouble for everything.
Yep.
They've gotten hip to this influencer game, all right? So what Kingpin's new strategy and Matt Murdock's new strategy is to go around and get people onto these social platforms, get them to have an audience and a reach, and then start to have them promote the drugs and the such and the nefarious deeds the Kingpin's doing and get all their fingers into all the pies and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Classic bad guy business stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Spider-Gwen understands that this is happening. With her man on the inside at Instagram, she can get people verified. So her plan is to find and build a team of influencers who are,
Retcon. She wants to build a team of farm animals so she can move to the country.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's one way to do it. All right. I mean, that is a
Hard
right.
one,
That's a
huh?
wrench.
Get back from that.
That's a wrench. So she has a man on the inside of Instagram who can get people verified. Her plan is to knock off these Kingpin people that are that are using Instagram for nefarious things. She's instead going to get farm animals verified. Very similar to your Crusoe, the dachshund, a very famous dog. Get
Dog
these
Central.
lovable dogs, farm animals verified so that they build a bigger following. They get the ad deals. This revenue stream dries up for the Kingpin, and they can't do it. All right.
Okay.
So that's what she's. And her plan, of course, once this is it. Once this is done, crime is done in New York. She can just move to the
Instagram's
farm.
the core of crime.
Her and Captain Stacy can leave it all behind, go back out there and do their thing. So that's what she starts doing. She's fucking finding cool ducks. She's finding cool pigs.
Quack,
You know what
quack.
I mean?
Quack verified.
She finds this rat named Templeton. She's
Damn
like,
it! I was gonna bring that in for the retcon. Retcon.
Yeah.
Templeton tells her, you know what? Hey, I'm a talking rat, so I can tell you this.
Sure.
All this Instagram stuff, you should just stop. We have this whole Charlotte's Web problem. You got to figure it out. What do you do?
What do
Okay.
you do?
So what she does, of course, is say to Templeton, wow, you're a talking rat. Up until this point, the animals I was verifying weren't talking. So that's cool that you can talk.
Yeah, you're gonna be huge.
Explain to me this Charlotte's
You're
Web
gonna
problem.
be effing huge on Instagram.
He just played right into my hand.
I know.
She's like a little, she's like a little tit for tat, little spider for rat. We can help each other out here. What's going on with this Charlotte's Web business, right? And of course, Templeton's like, look, we got this talking spider back home. We got this talking pig back home. He's cool, but he doesn't want to get eaten or anything. And she's like, well, don't pigs not live that long anyway? He's like, yeah, it's a long story, but he doesn't want to get eaten. So I got my friend Spider. She's spinning up words in the thing. That's cool. But can you just, as a human, because I can communicate to you, which is not really the lore of Charlotte's Web, just a heads up, that's not how that continuity of universe works. I can talk to you because you're Spider Gwen, you're kind of a spider. I'm a rat who knows a spider. We know the same language. TikTok, bah. You know, like that's when they
TikTok, bah. I've heard that so many times. If I have a nickel for
when
the
they
line
pull
next time I
back,
hear
it's one of those-
TikTok,
they're
bah.
having a conversation and we have a thing where people pass and all it is it's just them yelling
speaking Wookiee.
gibberish words
Yeah.
at each other, but they understand. So Spider Gwen's like, all right, tit for tat, we can do this. She goes up to the country, right? It's Zuckerman's famous pig, of course. She walks in.
Zuckerberg,
She's
Facebook.
just
I see
being
what
Gwen
it's at.
Stacy about it. You know what I mean? No, that's the character from Charlotte's Web.
She also in charge of
Zuckerberg
Instagram.
owns Instagram.
No, it's my story. That's not what's happening. You go up there. He knocks on the door. And he's like, "Whoa, what's up?" And she's like, "I hear you got a spider that writes stuff." And he's like, "Yeah, we got. He writes stuff in the web." And Gwen's like, "Listen, don't worry about how I know. All right? And if you really want me to, I can show you. You won't like it because it's all." Listen, all that's happening is that spider's worried that the pig is going to get eaten.
Yeah.
And Zuckerman's like, oh man, well, we only got one pig. We're really not a pig slaughtering farm. Like, that's not how pig slaughtering works, really. And she's like, cool, come out with me and we'll explain that. So they walk out there. They talk to all the animals, the fucking duck, the little ducks babies it had. You got Templeton under there. You got the rotten egg he got from the fair. You got the fucking girl who loves Wilbur and all that shit. They're making out with the boyfriend that eventually pulls her away from Wilbur. Very sad. Charlotte's just chilling up there. And so it is this thing of like, he explains this whole thing like, listen, we're not going to eat the pig. We're really not that kind of livestock farm, right?
What is happening? What is happening?
You have to get verified.
Stay
Are
with
you
me.
trying to keep this story going until you get verified?
Is this a filibuster?
Zuckerman says all this, and they're like, he's like, all right, cool. And then they all just kind of stare, and then some start meandering around. And he's like, well, how do you know if they understand it's Spider Gwen? And he's like, look at that. And Charlotte's already written in the web, gotcha. Now I gotcha.
Turns
Like,
around, they shoot him. They just mow him down with Tommy guns. You're on
and
dead.
okay,
I
it's
own
like
it.
got you and a winky emoji.
Yeah.
And like, all right, cool, don't kill a pig, great. And so she turns to Templeton and she's like, you know what you gotta do now? And Templeton's, I do know what I gotta do now. That Templeton voice, you know what I mean? And she makes Templeton, she goes to Instagram, he gets verified, he's huge. A talking fucking rat, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? This is
huge.
finally something we can trust.
Huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
this
so
is,
yeah.
this is something I can get behind for the presidential election in 2020.
Matt Murdock's pissed. All his Instagram money is drying up because it's all going to Templeton the rat deals.
Yeah.
And Gwen's like, great. And Matt Murdock shows up and he's just like, you bested me here with this verification of the
Daredevil
rat.
become a part of the story?
And they're like, I know. And Templeton's like, listen, all I want is trash, so you can keep all the money. And and Gwen's like, you know what? I think I will. And it just so happened, that Zuckerman's farm was for sale, and she buys the farm, and she moves there, and she has all the people there.
She didn't get verified though.
Yeah,
She had the power to verify people. Was the
Oh,
story.
yeah, she had the power.
Bah, 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 ass.
All right, so
Do I get to go?
no, because you get to pick the winner.
I got a short one though.
Okay,
That is
what do you got?
genius.
Does it involve Lindsay Lohan to
Well,
win?
mine was Iron Man. After the great Templeton controversy of 2018, stocks in Instagram plummet. Obadiah Stane walks in and goes, Tony! We got a lot of money. We got to spend that money. And Tony goes, let's buy Instagram. Boom.
Actually, his is kind of the best.
I
And
guess Tony has the ability to make people
it
verify.
legit is the
All right.
best one. So Nick, who is the winner.
Remember our alliance? We had an alliance.
What was yours again?
We had an alliance.
What was your character? Just refresh my, because Greg's was so long I can't remember that long.
No
ago.
word of lie. I wanted you to do it because I can't remember either. Because it's
Spider-Man. His was
Kanye.
Spider-Man.
So it was
Yours
Spider-Man.
was the Kanye verse.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Spider-Man.
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 Into the Kanye
Spider-Verse,
verse.
yeah.
Okay, into the Kanye
And
verse.
remember, we were
the
three.
Greg
And
Miller.
his was Farm Animals, Spider Gwen, and Matt Murdock.
And the winner is Greg Miller.
Thank you, everybody.
I got to give it to Greg
Detailed.
because it played right into mine.
Thorough.
Played right into mine.
Exactly.
Thorough.
That's what.
Thorough.
That's how
Also
alliances
involved-
work. You get it.
I
now.
like that you retconned yourself before I even got to you with Templeton. That's
what I do, man.
We knew that.
I knew. Oh, you started talking Charlotte's Web. What are you going to talk about?
But we weren't.
You know you're going to talk about
We weren't
Charlotte.
talking about Charlotte's
You know
Web.
you're going to talk about
Yes,
Wilbur.
to
clarify.
Then you're going to talk about my boy Templeton, the talking rat. Scrumptious.
You gave me the power to pick the winner.
Yes.
Could I have picked me?
Yes.
Damn it.
I just said you could pick the winner. I didn't say it had to be one.
didn't say anything about the point.
Retcon. I picked me. I won.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope
Thank
you had
you.
fun with this
That was
game.
awesome. This was a lot of fun.
And if you enjoyed this game, don't forget to subscribe right here at Comicstorian. Join us over for early access at patreon.com/Comicstorian. Watch these things filmed live normally at twitch.tv/Eligible Monster on Thursdays. And where can they find Kinda Funny?
Kindoffunny.com.
Just gonna
Kindoffunny.com
narrow
has
it down to
everything
that?
right
I mean-
there. Yeah. What's all the videos? It's all the podcasts. It's all the
So
Patreons
it's,
right
so it's
there.
just like Kinda Funny Patreon, Kinda Funny YouTube,
all there.
Kinda Funny
Yeah.
Instagram.
If
Is
you
it
want-
verified?
That's kind of funny vids.
yeah, no, we're verified on Instagram, aren't we? Yeah,
If you want to see some great verified content, Instagram.com/kindafunnyvids.
Hey!
If you want some mediocre Instagram verified content, Instagram.com/Tim Geddes. Get on there.
Actually, I'm better than both Kind of Funny Vids and Tim Geddes. I post way more than both those
Debatable,
accounts. I
but
post,
it's not better.
It is better.
Kinda
You have a
Funny
blurry
Vids.
photo of Gia up right now at number 2.
But she's better. It's
She has
not a
popcorn.
photo of Gia, it's a photo of popcorn.
And Gia.
Yeah.
She's behind it.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. But let me know in the comments down below who you think should have truly won. Do you agree with Nick? Did you think Nick was the funniest? Do you think Greg should have won?
Did Nick cross the line the most?
Did Nick?
Did
You're
Nick
the one
say
that
things
swore the
about
entire time.
7-year-olds
Was it-
who
was
regret?
Captain Potty
Was
Mouth.
Tim working on an uphill battle this entire episode?
I was.
Thank you
Your
guys for
red
joining
columns
us.
are too good.
And we'll see you next time right here.